What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am back with it. Okay, it's not me. It's not just me. I don't need to say I'm back and say we're back. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back with another week of the Quigley Podcast. And this week, we're talking all things Halo Pro League. It's ramping up big time. Qualifiers are ongoing currently. LVT is throwing a banger event. And if you haven't been watching, you've been missing out. Of course, with a lot of things going on, pro teams starting to form and things being coming up, Rostermania has also begun. Around that, LVT also released a brand new system of rules around how Rostermania must work for their qualifiers. So we're going to go around all that. I don't know why that was the worst intro I've ever done in my life, but we're going to get into this one anyways. I'll see you later in the video. It's not a video, it's a... What is going... Okay. How's everyone doing? It is a great day for an episode. I just got flashbanged. Like our recording bot just joined late. Like he said he was now recording, but then the Discord made the noise. It did it backwards. It just messed me up. It wasn't even my fault this time. It wasn't like the bad intro wasn't even my fault this time. Okay. But we are back. We're going to be talking all things Halo Pro League. We're going to be talking things Rostermania. Of course, plenty of gaming news and nonsense in between. Banksy. Boy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. My son will be born in hopefully 5 days. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6.
Question.
Yeah.
When he's born, you have to change your name to Banksy Man, and he becomes Banksy Boy?
He's Banksy's son.
Okay. What is this game? What's the first gamer tag going to be?
I'll let him pick. Hopefully he doesn't.
Have you seen those memes?
What? Maybe.
Go. I want to hear what you were saying. Sorry, I cut you off.
Well, hopefully he won't follow suit of Binky. That will stick true to me. Okay. But what memes? What?
You know the ones where like it's like me as at 8 years old not knowing how to decide what my gamer tag is going to be, and it's like my dad writing the craziest, sickest thing I can think of, and it's like the dude writing on paper, and it's like fire behind his pen.
Yes, I have seen that. You know what's funny about that? I think my first gamer tag was Groudon, the Pokemon, but spelled wrong.
Did you spell it wrong on purpose, or did you not know how to spell it?
I didn't know how to spell it.
I tipped that. You were a kid, you know.
I mean, yeah, it was on original.
Growing up in the world.
It was on original Xbox. What, Ben? Why are you looking at me like that?
Yo, chat. This guy is old.
That's messed up, man.
I'm talking old.
That's messed up. Anyways, before you attack my age, let's jump into this, because like Ben said in the intro, well, the video intro, he didn't say it in the audio one, but we do have a lot to talk about today, guys. We have a lot of Pro League Halo conversation to discuss. Shockingly, I didn't think we were going to have this coming into this week, because we had just talked about like the Pro League going to be ramping up, like who we suspect these rosters to be, who we suspect to be actually competing against Shopify. And needless to say, we got rosters, and then we didn't get rosters, and now we have new rosters. But once we dive into that, after that, we're probably going to end up talking about Gears of War beta that just dropped. I'm going to, because I want Ben to be excited for it. He hasn't played it yet. I've played it, and I have good things to say about it. But okay, let's dive into this LVT, because funny enough, you finally have some info on your end. Super's given us some info in the chat. I'll have you pull that up later to read that off. But I mean, the first week goes by. It kind of goes as expected. Did you watch it at all? I
watched a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so last week was my final weekend off on my little break, my little vacation. The first week I was, of course, at the lake. The second week, while the rest of the family was at the lake, I was at home doing absolutely nothing. And So, weekend came. I was chilling at the house, forgot that it was even on, turned on YouTube on the TV in the living room. There was LVT. I was like, it's a great time to be alive. So I watched some Halo. Um, watched it some Saturday. I was doing some stuff, but a little bit of time I watched Saturday, and then I watched a good bit through Sunday. Um, I mean, look, man, NFL's back now, right? First game tonight, as of us recording this. But last weekend there was no football, so I had to find something to watch, and that became Halo. I watched a lot of it, and I think I was texting Super because Super didn't know that it had already started, and I think he thought that the actual league play had started, and I was explaining like, nah, these are like the first 2 weeks are just the qualifiers to get the 8 teams. Um, and I was just telling him, I was like, honestly, this is probably some of the most interesting Halo I've watched in quite a while. I said, I mean, sure, Shopify Rebellion slammed everybody they played, but every other matchup, especially on Sunday, felt like a good matchup. I didn't ever think like, oh, okay, it's SSG, like they're gonna be cleared second place, nobody else can compete. I didn't ever have a moment where I thought, oh, this team is totally gonna slam. Like, I feel like every team that played had a good chance. A lot of 3-1s, couple 3-2s. There were some 3-0s, like, just to be honest, but I think it was interesting.
I mean, we went game 7, final game, to decide seeding. For anybody that doesn't know, as Ben said, he was explaining to Super, like, these are qualifiers. The top 4 teams of the first qualifier are seeded into the league. And then the next qualifiers, which is this weekend as of us recording this, it's going to be the top 4 of that qualifiers are seeded in, and then it's 8 teams qualify for this league. And it is only going to be 8 teams. They're not going to do any more than that. And then we go like so many weeks back to back of them competing against each other, like 4 teams a night, I think is what it's going to be. So 2 games a day that they do that. But we're still in the same boat. That Luminon roster that is no longer Luminon, everybody, is still the only roster to compete. If you listen to last episode, anybody, you saw us talk about like potential rosters, Lucid, Renegade, etc. Renegade ended up going to EWC, but we do have some updates there. We didn't get them in qualifier 1. We actually got pretty much the rosters we kind of expected. We saw SSG, which wasn't necessarily roster by Space Station Gaming. They just called themselves SSG.
Pretty sure OET used the Space Station Gaming logo.
They did
for all their stuff,
but they weren't contracted. They were just the SSG roster from way back when.
You can't get like copyright striked for that. Like you're using a company's logo and they're not even a team.
I don't think so because they're partner team.
They can collect, try to be Team Liquid, and they like took that down immediately.
That's true. Well, I think from my knowledge, there were talks of it being the roster, but no contracts. So maybe there was like an extra limit in this situation. Because I mean, if anybody watched it right after qualifiers, that roster exploded. Everybody posted free agent. Eco's a free agent. Still,
Are you jumping straight into Rostermania?
Well, it's all 1-to-1, man. I mean, when you think about it.
Okay. Right.
I thought they played well.
I trust you.
I thought that roster played well to be blowing up.
I thought they
like
did
that.
too.
So I mean, that kind of did blow my mind that they blew up that way. They're also like handed a bad stick. I feel like Legend didn't do bad. For anybody out there that didn't watch it was Legend, Stellar, Bound, and Eco, right? The world champion roster. I believe that's the world champ roster. Came back at it again, but Legend is still in Europe. So he still had he still had ping issues. So I necessarily just don't know like why it blew up the way it did, but that SSG roster did not continue. We have 4 of a kind, which is that Luminon roster looking for an org, Shopify. And who was 4th? Or who was the 4th one?
Was it 9?
I think it was
Or did you say
Cloud9.
9?
Wait.
Wait.
Shopify, the 4 of a kind, which was Luminon, SSG, and 9. I think you're right. Those were the rosters. And 9
Or
is
it could have been, was it Leads? Leads made it pretty far, but I don't know if they beat 9. No, it was 9 because Boo made it.
yeah, Boobadoo qualied.
Yeah.
And the 9's roster is supposedly the Cloud9 roster with no contract yet. So a lot of leaked kind of rosters here. I don't know if the 9 roster imploded. I don't think it did. That one stayed. All three, the other 3 stayed. SSG is the only one that blew up out of that lot. But then we saw a lot of changes from the people who did not qualify, which I thought was kind of crazy. I mean, I feel like this was probably the best set of, and like you said, in a while, the best set of Halo we've had. And I mean, let's see if I can pull up the maps here. LVT, they changed the map rotations, didn't they? Or did they change them after the fact?
They took vacancy out.
They made a change. Yeah. So
I don't think it changed very much. I mean, it kind of feels like kind of what ranked is in right now, but minus vacancy. Like they brought Street Slayer and Strongholds back, I think.
Yeah, so like vacancy out, Streets pulls in the Slayer. Strongholds is not Streets. That's just live fire recharge. Hoth Streets is back.
Hoth Streets, okay, that's what I was thinking of.
And Origin is a 5 flag Origin, only in the Pro League, not in ranked play. So LVT made some changes. I get what you're saying. I think the 5 flag Origin is big. It stops games from being steamrolly, especially against Shopify, because we already know. But we're gonna see some of these rosters that we've seen, Legion Gaming. Now that the SSG guys are gonna have to compete again, we'll explain that here in a minute. Who do you think the next 4 are gonna be? Without revealing the God Squad. Obviously, that God Squad's gonna get top 4.
We hope.
If they don't, we can talk about the theories in there. That I think the God Squad, probably Legion, Leads, and I don't know who would be
ascending baseline.
Yeah, probably ascending baseline. They did really good during this first qualifiers.
Took SSG to a game 7 to potentially qualify, and they lost to SSG.
Yeah. So that roster's gone.
Imagine if they have to play SSG again and then they lose to them
again. that would suck. But I mean, I'm liking the way this is kind of coming out. Oh wait, no, it's not Friday. But I will say this:
today is Thursday.
So I mean, we talked about SSG splitting. Did you see what they're doing tomorrow? So
that team, or you mean the
LVT?
new rules?
Yeah.
Yes. This is what I was touching on earlier in the intro. So I think first off, and I'll let you go into in depth of what the actual ruling is, but I think it's a really great thing.
Yep.
I also think that it's really sucky that they decided to send this out after the fact. But I mean, I guess, let the people know they can end up swapping back in a player if they don't want to. You'll explain in just a second. But I feel like it's kind of like that should have been made aware before people started making changes, or before, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I think in the terms of this, it's because of how big the change was. You know what I mean? Because like King One was a free agent. Eco said free agent. Legend said free agent. like there were so many free agents being thrown out, especially when you have a roster that qualified. When the pro league rule,
Wait a second. Let me just see something real quick. Keep going. I just want to see something.
the pro scene rule is, I mean, we saw it when FaZe and SSG swapped their roster, they all lost their pro points. They had to start from scratch. They had to play through open bracket into pools, and they lost all their pro points. So they lost their standings, and that was them swapping out 2 people. They could still be the roster, but they couldn't be the roster in 4th place or something, So I think that's the reality we got. Can I go into the rule, the change, the quality, or the
Yeah,
ruling?
go ahead. Never mind. I was trolling. Yeah, go ahead.
What was it?
No, I don't want. I'm an idiot.
He's an idiot. Got it. Just wanted to hear him say it. But
Okay.
their ruling is essentially because of Rostermania, and it fits to what Halo HCS has as a ruling in terms of FaZe probably still would have been qualified. You get in back then, but I think this just fits more of an open bracket style. There's no HCS. First one is any team that makes a roster change will forfeit its current seed and be required to compete in qualifier 2. I can understand that, right? Because what if everybody but one person split, and then that one person's like, well, I'm SSG, I don't know what they are. And then that one person got to stay and the other 3 have to compete. So it's kind of like, which technically in this case kind of happened, right? They all split at the beginning. If a team secured a seed in qualifier 1 and wishes to retain that seed, no player from that team may be dropped and subsequently re-enter the league with another team as a substitute. So essentially, that ruling is stating they couldn't sub in to 4 of a kind or 9 who have qualified. They could not sub into that roster if those rosters thought they could have a better chance with somebody. I like that ruling, right? It's not a free ticket into this league just because you want to make a roster change. They opened up registrations, but here's kind of what I enjoy here is that because now we've lost one of the 4 seeds, being SSG, we're having a Sin baseline versus Legion Gaming tomorrow, Friday the 7th. It's going to be a single best of 7 tiebreaker. And depending on how many of the 1 to 4 seeded teams choose to make roster changes, either 1 or 2 qualification spots will be awarded from this tiebreaker. There will be no additional backfill from qualifier 1. So for whatever reason, if 9 opted to make a roster change that was so devastating, they would pull 9 out of it. 9 would not qualify now. And then Ascent Baseline and Legion Gaming would be fighting for their seeded spots, which would be third or fourth.
So it does like pass down. It doesn't just that spot doesn't just disappear, is what I'm understanding.
At this moment, yes.
Okay.
I want to say for qualifiers 2, now that this is out, probably not, since now it's aware. And just like they're saying, it only went to 5th and 6th. Because they said there will be no additional backfilling from qualifier 1. So let's say something else changed, it would be the top 5 from qualifier 2 would go into the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would then pull everything into qualifier 2, all the rulings, etc., depending on what's happening leading up to this. I really like that we're getting a tiebreaker thing, because yes, that like team lost. Yes, these are the next 2 teams up. They would have probably qualified anyways, because I mean, Shopify's not playing, 4 of a Kind's not playing, 9's not playing. Probably would have seen these guys qualify anyways. I just like that they are given the option to do this, and whoever doesn't win tomorrow gets to play in the qualifiers. So, I just think that's really cool. And the last thing they did is teams may declare a substitute after qualifier 2. Any player who is HCS eligible and not currently competing in the Pro League may be declared as a substitute. There you go.
You guys heard it there first. If you guys need Benfish on your team,
He did.
I'm eligible. I'm just saying, like, hit me up. Look, like, I mean, I said it last time Pro League was. Actually, I said it before this Pro League when we were talking about it. Look, I'll sit on the bench. Everybody need, you know what I mean? Somebody's got to keep it warm for all the players to come sit down on, you know? I'll, like, lay across the whole bench so the whole thing's warm, and then I can get up and they can sit down and have a warm seat, you know? Or if they don't want to warm, you know, maybe they're into having their butt be cold, I can, like, shift my body just right to get 3 of the seats so that there's one that's cold for the weirdo who likes his seat cold, you know? And I'll take my my little portion that the substitute gets of the winnings, you know? Shopify Rebellion, you guys need a 5th? Hit me up. I'll bring the vibes. I'll be the water boy. I'll walk in with the snacks, the drinks. I'll keep you guys hydrated. Okay, but look, the point is, hit me up.
every time. I actually like these rulings. I don't know about you. Were people mad about it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, now I remember what I was thinking of. Continue.
But at least everything's posted ahead of time, and now everybody knows what to do with Start GG.
I'm so glad you said that, because that's where my mind just went when you said, was somebody mad about it? So apparently, a lot of people just expected that Start GG would be the same exact as Face It. Okay, I have my own take on this, and I'll give it after I explain the situation. A lot of people got either FF'd or they didn't get into the tournament because they were signing up like right at the last minute, or because once they got into the tournament and they were waiting day 1, they didn't realize that there was a check-in button that they had to click on Start GG before the tournament, and because they weren't checked in, they got automatically forfeited and they weren't able to play. Here's what I would say to that. Okay, first thing first, huge blunder on LVT's part. Just because of the simple fact that for years these tournaments have been run on Face It now. Like everything that I can think of as far back as 2021 Halo Infinite has been on Face It. All of a sudden, and I know like LANs are on Start GG, but like nobody has to click a check-in button on LAN. You know what I mean? Because you come in, you check in, you walk in and check in. But I have a feeling, so that's my number one thing, or not number one, but like that's one idea I have towards it. LVT could have done a better job of communicating that. Hey guys, since there's not you walk in and talk to someone and they search up your name and give you a pass and check you in, you have to physically check yourself in on the website. A simple tweet would have, been fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, oh my gosh. The people, and nobody's gonna see it. I don't think the people who did this will, whatever, if they do, whatever. The people playing like the whole victim thing of like, oh, I can't believe we got FF because they didn't. Okay, why are you not checking the app earlier than tournament start time? And number 2, like I just said, when have you ever been to a LAN tournament? I understand this isn't LAN, it's online, but think about it. Every time you go to a LAN tournament and there's a Start GG, what do you have to do? You have to go and check in. You have to go get your badge. You have to go show that you are who you say you are. And there's, I guarantee, a check-in button that those people go and hit on your team once you are all checked in. That's why you can't go into the pit and start playing until your whole team is checked. Like they want you all checked in before they'll validate you as a team in the tournament and put you on the bracket.
Actually glad you said that.
I don't know why it's all of a sudden a surprise that there's a check-in feature on StartGG that has been being used for 4-5 years now. Just because you're not at LAN does not mean that the application all of a sudden gets rid of one of its features. Like that's not how that works. It's the same app. It's the same website.
I'm actually glad. I really am glad you brought it up because that was my same argument to defend LVT. It's one of those things where it's like, and I do this as a father. Okay, if stop. If I'm not, if
bro's a good dad.
like if me and Steph aren't here, who's gonna do it? Are you just gonna let it sit and rot away?
Yeah.
That's horrible. So, anyways, I'm not getting into that with Ben. But that's all it is the lands. Someone does it for you so you can play the game. It's the admin at your table on lands that does it for you. Because quite literally they sit there. You have not been checked in. Table 7. And they yell at you till you're there, and then that admin checks you in. So to me, I mean, same with our HRL stuff, okay? We're lucky enough that as long as we show up and play, record our numbers, it's good. But there's a check-in feature if needed to avoid cheating, etc. Of like, these are the players and they are there. So I have no sympathy for anyone that got booted out of that event. Because for one, get online. Get online and start prepping for your event, bro. You want to qualify or are you just there to play Halo? Like, this is like, what are we doing? Like, there isn't a moment that when me and you played together that I wasn't like, are we good? Or I would check it myself and make sure that the team was good. Even in HRL, we're like, what's going on? You know? Yeah. And that's what we do as a team. And we slammed today.
Dude, we did slam. We actually slammed. Okay, sorry.
It's just one of those things where it's like, come on.
I agree.
You know, we definitely should have been prepared for this, something of this nature. Everybody, if you signed in on the website, as soon as you were able to check your matchup, it says check in on the page. You're telling me you're just not looking at your matchup?
Yeah.
You know, like StartGG, it's not, I mean, none of the systems are great. Like Facet's not great either. But they all show your matchup and they all say check in. Technically Faceit says check in. It's just not required in some events. So that's just, in my opinion, laziness, and you're not there to play Halo.
Ooh, tell them.
Telling them. But we'll see what happens this weekend. We'll see if people are going to mess up. I don't even care. People are going to mess up on this thing. So
yeah,
we will see how this unfolds.
Will we?
I mean, yeah. What are you doing?
Okay. I don't know.
I mean, it's tax-free weekend. I might be a little busy, but
tax-free. Oh, yeah. True that.
But I'm excited to go into.
I can't believe you guys have that.
Huh?
I can't believe you guys have that. I still can't. Like, I remember you explaining that to me. Sorry, continue. I just keep interrupting you.
No, I'm confused.
Tax-free weekend.
Oh, I wish we didn't have it. But
it would go so crazy.
I am excited to get into this next weekend. Get our Pro League qualifiers, because then we're just going to have, you know, a game after game after game coming out.
Who's your team
for the Pro League?
Yeah.
It's going to be 4 of a kind. That's who I'm cheering for.
No, I mean, who, like, who you're not playing?
Oh, I'm not playing, brother. I got work. Tax-free weekend. You didn't hear that?
I heard it, but I just thought maybe you could tax free your way home and hop on
Yeah,
Halo.
I wish,
No?
man. No.
Okay. Do you know what we didn't do?
Huh.
We never leaked who the God Squad was. Like, we just sat here and talked about it and then never actually said who the team was. We
yeah.
just kept going. So
right,
to go
guys.
back to that
Yeah.
very quickly, I will just read this quick little thing.
Pulling it up.
Yeah. So in Shyway's stream, someone asked Halo or asked Kason. If you don't know, Kason is a member of FaZe. Not only a member, but I would say a higher up, in quotes, of FaZe. Does a lot of work
Isn't he
around their esports.
He's the head of their esports, I thought.
Is he now the head of esports?
I thought he was.
He might be. I just know, like, for the longest time, it seems like he has been holding that role, but I didn't know if he actually had the title.
He's the general manager of FaZe Esports and FaZe Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, someone said, Halo FaZe team ? And he said, "Oh, we def have a team." So looks like FaZe is coming back to Halo.
Yes.
Looks like they will be in the qualifier from how it seems. They will be in the qualifier for the Pro League starting tomorrow. And it seems like the interest so far is Lucid, Collect, Penguin, Falcated. Which I personally think is pretty nasty squad. Like,
Yeah.
I've if you go back, good night, I can't believe I'm saying this, but like over a year ago, there was literally an episode where I talked about how I wish Collect could like just get a shot on like a higher tiered roster, and I feel like this is that shot.
You know what's funny? That's not even the God Squad I was talking about.
Wait. So there's you're talking about the other one. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Our top 4 for this weekend has completely changed.
It actually has, because our brains were blanking, bro. So
we had 2 different. I'm so glad we decided to jump back into this, because we were gonna miss the entire moment.
My God Squad was Renegade, Bound, Legend, and Stellar, which is 3/4 of the Optic roster, and in place of Formal is Stellar. It's actually SSG with Renegade. It's 2 world champ rosters thrown together.
Well, I mean, that Optic roster didn't win a world champ, but
well, Renegade did.
No. I mean, they've all won a world champ. I'm just saying, like, that Optic squad did not win a world champ. They got second.
I was talking about FaZe and SSG slammed together.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough.
So, wow, you're right. Okay, who do you? Oh,
I mean, in a respectful manner, I do think the team that you just mentioned is stronger than the one that I did. But I still think
both are really good.
Going to be in that top 4 to make it the Pro League.
And the thing is, they don't have to play a Sin baseline or maybe Legion Gaming.
Oh, because they're going to play in that other thing?
Right. So whichever one wins in that qualifier gets into the league doesn't have to play. So it's one less team to play against. So they really, and I mean, like we said, SSG blew up. Eco's not playing.
He might be.
We don't know.
No, I'm saying, I mean, he might be playing for somebody else. We might see an Eco revenge tour. You know what I mean?
Dude,
I feel like Eco is one of those players you don't disrespect like that, and I just feel like he might show up different. You know what I mean?
Dude, okay, so dang. Renegade squad, I'm putting it first. Then FaZe. Then
Leads
and Legion Gaming. Because I don't think Legion's beating a Sin baseline tomorrow.
Okay, that's fair. Final question from me, and then if you have anything else, this is just my final. Um, I guess actually I have two because I did want to ask another thing, just like a fun look at something. But did you see the EA news? I know you. I don't know why I just asked it in that way. I know you saw the EA news. I don't know why I just I was trying to create conversation or something. Yes, you've seen the EA news. EA was bought out by a Saudi Arabian whatever, and I'm pretty sure
So they
we're
were on the board for a while, like the board of people. The board, like
yeah.
that company's been on the board, and they've been trying to buy them for like 5 years.
Oh, great, great.
So yeah, a lot of people are worried about EA. And guys, we're not
I might.
coming at like Saudi companies, right? Like Falcons is great, EWC is great, but the EA company has literally come out and said, like, people in the company, they're like, they actually don't care about what we create. They want to create this, and we disagree with it, or they have some policy disagreements or regional disagreements with how they live their lives different than people do in Europe. Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Battlefield is never gonna be the same again.
No, it's not. So EA is going to have some major changes just because there's a lot of internal turmoil right now. And I don't necessarily just know what's going to happen with the company or the decisions. So
hear me out. Hear me out. Okay.
okay.
There's a Saudi Arabian prince that watches the podcast. Hear me out. Titanfall 3.
Yeah, that would be a good decision.
I mean, they do that. I'm behind them the whole way. I'm behind. They could announce, like death itself in a box, and I'd still be behind them. Yes, Titanfall 3. Yes. I'm just trying to think of something bad. Like they could say that everybody who buys the game is going to get a shipment of coyote urine on your front porch the next day. Titanfall 3. Yes. You know what I mean? Like I'm still ordering.
What was your second question? If that was your first,
I'll wear a hazmat suit outside to get the game when it shows up on my front doorstep. Did you see the your flag behind you? 20 years of Optic, man. 20 years.
the drop. Yes,
The drop.
It makes me feel old.
Does it?
I was there day one, baby.
It does make you old because I was 2 years old day one.
I was. I won't talk about it. Yeah, I was there day one. Because I was allowed to use the internet and no one knew what I was getting into, so I got into Optic gaming.
So, what do you think about the drop?
I like it.
You need to get that mouse pad?
No, I have a baby coming.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, if you want to give me that mouse pad, I would.
We're breaking it.
Oh man.
No, I do want to say one thing I did see today. I like how they're doing this now. Every once in a while, you get to see these on Halo Esports or at HCS on Twitter. On this day in Halo Esports, 2023, Space Station Gaming and Bound claimed their first Halo LAN victory.
Yeah, they did. Yep, that was a good.
Against Sentinel in a 4-0.
It's crazy roster. Sentinels, I miss those guys. Man, what a throwback. Before we
have one more question.
Oh, you have one more? God.
I'm watching the clip on Twitter right now. Falcated Lethal Boobadoobo Sparty McFly. What happened to Sparty?
He's playing Gears right now. He got a job.
Yeah, he got a job, and I remember seeing on Twitter, "Hey guys, I got this really cool job." And I don't want this to sound like it's coming in a condescending way. Like if he's found something cool, like I respect that. I'm not trying to say. I just I remember seeing a tweet, and he was like, "Hey guys, got a new job.
Yeah,
I'll have weekends off, so I plan to still compete." Haven't heard from him since. So I thought, kind of he was doing the Bound thing. Like, I don't really want to show up to these events that aren't really worth my time. But then with Pro League, I was expecting him to come back and make a return. Haven't seen anything yet. So,
That's true.
Sparty, we'd love to see you back out there. We'd love to see you running around live fire again, you know? But if, like I said, you know, I've met the guy. He's very chill, very respectful guy. If you found something you love, it's probably for the best you get off of this game because it is horrendous.
Hey, we did great earlier. Yeah, that's true. I do miss Sparty. I think that would be good. But I think he's killing it with his job. I kind of want to bring us back here before we get into gears a little bit because I want to talk. I want to talk about EWC just real quick because we're talking about competition. We're talking about these old rosters. We're talking about these rosters like Ascent Baseline, Legion Gaming coming up out of the woodworks. EWC gives that option for COD, right? We get 4 challengers teams. We get all the COD rosters. We had some upsets today.
I saw.
Now, if anybody watches EWC, it is all it's the organizations, not the regional crap that Call of Duty tries to pull. So it's G2, it's Koi, you see Cloud9, you see Optic Gaming, you don't see Optic Texas, you see FaZe Clan, you don't see FaZe Vegas. So everybody's repping their colors. Optic's repping their 20-year anniversary jerseys. They look so good. But we saw some upsets, okay? FaZe, obviously, they're dominating. The only team I think that's going to put a dent is Optic, and I think they're going to get second. Cloud9 slammed. Get them out.
Yeah.
They're about to play Koi tomorrow, so sorry, not sorry.
C9?
Yeah.
They made it through today?
Yeah, because they beat Omit.
Okay.
They 3-1 Omit. They did really well against Omit, to be fair. Like Cloud9 looked good, but I'm saying this happens every season. Every season that a roster picks up a challengers team, they get good enough in the CDL to beat challengers teams, but not compete against the CDL teams. It makes no sense. Anywho.
Yeah.
Royal Ravens. Our state got double first rounded.
They got to sell that team.
They got 3-0'd by Koi, and then they got 3-2 by the Pit, the EU team, which, don't get me wrong, not a bad team. It does have an ex-pro player on it. It has really good challengers because it's Lenz. It's Lenz's team. And Lenz has been in the league. He knows what he's got to do, and he knows how to lead a roster. He knows how to lead a challengers roster. I'll say that. But they 3-2 Royal Ravens. So, yet again, a second year in a row, we had a challengers team knock out a CDL team. At this point, stop doing these crazy contracts. Open up the league. And bring it back to pool play. I mean, to open bracket into pool play, and your CDL teams are point based, already waiting in pool play. Because second year in a row, a challengers team has beat a roster, and now is going to go against Gentlemates on day 2 of EWC.
Imagine if they beat Gentlemates. That building would erupt.
Yeah.
Panic in the streets.
I mean, Gentlemates did bad against G2. I didn't even know what was going on.
I didn't even watch it.
Do we have? Oh, sorry. Oh no, we have to have another conversation because I didn't look at the other bracket. I forgot about the other side. I forgot about Group B.
Optic did pretty bad too, from what I heard.
So Optic got 3-1. Or they 3-1 Team War. They lost the search.
Okay.
They lost to 100 Thieves 3-2. lost in the search.
Ooh.
But
They lost both searches.
I think so.
They're 0-3 on search.
Yes.
That sounds pretty bad. I can't lie. They need to get their search up.
But I could be wrong. If anybody wants to double check that, they're more than welcome to. But
I'd like to double check it, please.
Optic losing that guarantees playoffs. And a really good placing going into the playoffs to at least get some runs, get some reps, figure out some issues. Because they probably won't play Thieves or Face until like it's needed. Thieves, I think at this point, are going to be up against FaZe or Falcons will. But Team War beats Boston Breach 3-0. He didn't react to that like I thought he would.
I'm literally scrolling through it as you're talking about it. I'm trying to like.
Team War has Flames on it. He's been in the league before. And they're not a bad.
Yeah, I know Flames.
They're not a bad roster, but they beat Boston Breach. And then the Notorious P 3-1 Surge.
The what?
Notorious?
P7 Notorious?
Yeah, I call him Notorious P.
Like the Notorious B.I.G., the
Yeah.
Notorious P. Okay, all right.
They beat Surge 3-1. So that's 2 CDL teams that have been knocked out of EWC by challengers teams. Or 3.
That's actually wild. That's actually. I mean,
3, man.
sorry, dude. I'm yawning so much. It's actually killing me. That's
So-
the most upsets because I think last year was only like one. Or I remember the first year there was only like one team, like one non-CDL team that actually won something, and it was one game, and then they got knocked out. This might be the first time there's a chance.
The first year,
Small, yeah.
so it's been 3 years, right? Yeah, 3 years. The first year, it was challengers versus challengers.
I thought they had to play.
They had to play each other to play a pro team.
Yeah, and the one team beat a pro team one time, and that was it. And they got slammed and didn't make playoffs. Last year, I think one team did make playoffs, but got knocked out round one. This might be the first year.
Yeah, last year FaZe was the only CDL team last year that got knocked out. This year they said never again. This year we have 3 teams that have been knocked out, and the potential of 3 more being knocked out.
You know who I think is a standout?
Who?
Somebody we've talked about on this podcast before. Someone we thought deserved a spot before, but he didn't take it.
Renegade?
Aluka.
Oh, Aluka. Yes.
The Falcons advanced. They got their spot in playoffs today.
They actually
Aluka
did pretty
was
good.
shooting.
He always is. That man's locked. It should have been picked up earlier. I don't think by FaZe. Don't get me wrong. I don't think FaZe should have put him on the roster, but someone should have bought him out. And Falcons was smart to do it. I'd be scared to face the Falcons, honestly, right now, because they're such a wild card that, like, FaZe and 100 Thieves, yes, they're slamming, but I'm like, Falcons took you guys to game 5 in Worlds. So, like, if they fixed anything, I'd be worried. But I mean, we're about to go into tomorrow. We're just gonna watch. I think it's just day 2. So we watch the last 4 teams qualify, I believe. I don't think we see any playoffs tomorrow. So we have a chance to see it's Heretics versus Team War. It's Optic versus P7, and then Gentlemates versus the Pit, and Koi versus Cloud9. So Koi's moving on. Gentlemates versus the Pit. I don't know.
Let's move on. I think they'll pick up the pace a little bit tomorrow. You know,
I hope so because
the
that was
the Gentlemate fans are going to be in the crowd chanting.
the 5 of them. Got it.
Yeah, no, they're going to be screaming "F you, Optic," and Optic's not even going to be on stage.
Okay, Heretics Team War.
See, that's a weird one because Team War's already kind of made some upsets. Like they look really good. Who is Team War? Like I'm trying to remember who that squad is. The EWC squad that they have.
It's Flames and 3 new guys. That's all I know. I don't know their names.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm gonna go Heretics. I'm gonna go Heretics in a very close 3-1.
All right, Optic P7.
P7 3-0. No, I'm just joking.
That's
Optic's
crazy.
gonna win. I think Optic make playoffs. I think they'll lose the search, but I think they'll win the respawns. So
It is literally all these comments are like expand the CDL. Just open the gates, dude.
yeah, then you're gonna have a bunch of C9s. Okay.
I'd rather have a bunch of C9s upsetting the CDL than what we have now. Anyways,
Fair enough.
EWC is looking good. Let's do a quick conversation on this Gears of War. You haven't played it yet. I have. A lot of people are playing it online. It's honestly, it feels so good. And I don't know if that's nostalgia or what, but like it doesn't feel like Gears 5 where I'm wall bouncing all over the place trying to survive and this guy's no scoping me with a shotgun across the map. I feel like there's a skill gap that you have to learn when fighting now because you can't wall bounce crazy. You can mantle everything because now there's height involved. You can wall jump a bunch of stuff. I think it's fun. And I think you should try it out.
I will try it out. I'm gonna download it tonight. Potentially gonna be playing 8s here after this recording.
They get them.
But after that, they got a few. They want us. They're messaging right now. Production actually just messaged me and said to tell you to hurry up. And
That's crazy.
let's see what the actual message said. Yeah, tell him production said wrap it up. But no, I think tonight I'm gonna download it. And I actually started the download. I just paused it earlier because we were playing. And I'll be on tomorrow.
All right. I want to see it. I want you to know Optic won a 2-1 or Optic lost in a 2-1 lead against Thieves. They need to figure that out. They need to figure out search. But that's what I have today. Like I said, it was going to be a short episode. Anything else?
Yeah, 2 actually. Dude, can I stop yawning? Oh my gosh. Okay. Now he's yawning. I'm passing it along. Now you're yawning, the viewer. I see you.
That's messed up.
Imagine if they actually yawned right there and then they're like, "Whoa." I've been on a movie kick lately.
True.
Actually, I've been watching I've been watching a lot of movies for a while now, but here recently because I've had a lot more time on the weekends and stuff, I've just been trying to like really catch up on some that I've missed, some that I haven't been able to go see, some new ones that are coming out in theaters, things like that. So I think a lot of my feeds right now are very movie based, focused. I try to say focused and based at the same time. Very movie focused, based around movies. And so today we actually got 2 really good trailers for 2 that I was kind of hyped about. And here's my I feel like I always at the end have something to say and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be a new segment, and then I never do it again. So this is going to be a new segment. I'm going to tell you guys what movie I'm looking forward to next. Prime Time finally got its first trailer. That is the one where Is it Robert Pattinson? Is that his name?
From Twilight?
Yeah.
Yes.
He was in the Odyssey. He was in Batman. Not Batman.
Yes, he is the Batman.
Well, that's right. He's the new Batman. That's right. My mind went to Dark Knight. Robert Pattinson is playing
fun.
Chris Hansen, and they're remaking like he's playing Chris Hansen on How to Catch a Predator, but it's like a movie about Chris Hansen filming that show.
Now I gotta watch that.
Looks like it's gonna slap. And then the only living pickpocket in New York. I don't know why I cannot pronounce the guy's name, but the dude from Severance, the older guy with the gray hair. If you know, you know.
Okay.
He is the last living. He's an old dude who still pickpockets in New York, and he's trying to deal with struggles of life and things. It looks intriguing. So I'm excited. I mean, there's a lot of. You know what? Let me know down in the comments what movies you're looking forward to.
Okay.
Just saw Spider-Man last weekend. Got me hyped. Avengers is coming up soon. There's a lot of bangers coming out. This Dune Part 3 is coming out soon. Resident Evil movies. Ooh, we just have some bangers. All right. Sorry.
He's right. But yeah, in correction, they won the first search. Optic won the first search. Lost the series. Anywho. Yeah, those were actually the first movie sounds fire. I'm gonna see that.
Which one? Primetime?
Yeah, Primetime.
I'm telling you, dude. And it looked like when I first heard about it, I was like, okay, this is gonna be cheese. Like it's gonna be cheese. But it actually I think it's gonna be one of those ones where like people are gonna be seated. People are gonna be locked in for this movie.
Well, you gotta think he had a rough people were coming to things like that with guns and stuff because they thought he was going to be there. So, I mean, to be fair, I mean, he does, by the way, the show's back. If anybody know that.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's just, no, I don't think it's called To Catch a Predator anymore. But he does do it again. He is doing it again.
Oh my gosh.
So the balls on that man. The balls on that man, dude. Just catch him, bro.
Getting them off the streets, you know?
Yeah, true, 100%. Like, get them off the streets, but don't put your life in jeopardy. Just do your job how you've been doing it. Anyways, that's what we have for you guys today. Quick, what is it? PSA?
Yep.
Yeah, public service announcement. Quick PSA, guys. We're gonna take the next 2 weeks off. Mainly because my son is either born Tuesday or Wednesday. We haven't found out the date yet. They gotta tell us when the doctor's available. But we're gonna take the next 2 weeks off. There will still be shorts being posted, hopefully content if these guys can get to work for me on the back end. But talk about that guy to my left. Anyways, I really hope you guys did enjoy. Always leave a like, comment down below, subscribe for more content. You'll find us on Twitch, Twitter, also on YouTube. Our link tree is going to be in the description, so you can find all those links there, as well as our affiliate link with GameSir. All right, if you follow that link and get yourself a GameSir, it's honestly one of the best controllers on the market. It's price compromisable for everybody. It feels good. It looks good. It has different versions. Ben's got the orange one on his screen. I use the black and red one. There's 1K. There's 8K polling rates. A lot of options. PlayStation controllers, Xbox controllers, mobile controllers, if anybody knew that. You can get a mobile add-on. He's got aim labs. Look at that. Overall, great controller. Follow our affiliate link. Show GameSir some love. And yeah, catch us in the next one. Send us out, Ben.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking around for this episode of the Quigley Podcast. We look forward to continue making the greatest content that we can for you guys. And the best way for you guys to get that content is to subscribe, to follow, to be keeping up with what's new. We've got some content on the way. Binky's been doing a great job getting out these new Halo I keep trying to say combat campaign evolved. Why do I say trailers? It's not a trailer. You're not making a game. You're giving people the direction to go. What guide? There we go. guides, helping you get to the achievements, the skulls, the different locations that you need to find certain things within the game. We've got content coming out of our ears right now. They're going up soon. Be ready for it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Hit up our YouTube. That's all we got. I'll see you guys. I won't see you next week. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Take it easy.